Good morning, children. Uh, Welcome to economics classes. Today, we are going to discuss about GDP and welfare. What is the relationship between GDP and welfare? We have already discussed what is GDP. That means gross domestic product. That means the market value of all final goods and services produced in the domestic territory of a country during an accounting year. But that market value, if that market value of current year is calculated, that is called nominal GDP. If that market value of base year is calculated, that is called real GDP. So, in case of nominal GDP and real GDP is the better indicator of welfare. We have discussed how. That means if output increases, that means real GDP increases. But in case of nominal GDP, either increase in output or increase in the price of the commodity, nominal GDP increases. Nominal GDP also increases with decreasing in output. So, nominal GDP, increase in nominal GDP or growth in nominal GDP is not a better indicator in comparison to real GDP. GDP increases means the output increases. Real GDP. Real GDP increases means output increases. If output increases, if output increases, that means availability of goods and services is more in the economy. That means every individual share will increase. That means every individual get more goods and services, which leads to welfare. That is called social welfare. So there is a positive relationship between increase in real GDP and welfare. Still, it has some limitations, some drawbacks. What are the drawbacks? Now we just discuss what are the drawbacks of assuming increased GDP as an indicator of welfare. How it fails to prove that increase in real GDP brings welfare in the economy. First, distribution of income limitations. Limitations. First one, distribution of income. Distribution of income. Distribution of income. Distribution of income means how income is distributed among different individual in the economy. Suppose we take uh, 5 persons in the total economy. Their income is 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, 4,000, then 5,000. Then what is the GDP? GDP is 3 plus 2 5 plus 1 6 plus 4 10 plus 5 15. That means total 15,000 is the GDP. That means the total income of 5 individuals. Suppose the increase of GDP, we say that is 3,000 goes to 2,000, 2,000 goes to 1,000, 1,000 remain as is 1,000, that is 2,000, and that is 20,000. That is 2 plus 1 3 plus 1 4 plus 2 6 plus 20. That means 26,000. Real GDP increases, income increases, but due to one individual among five, one is going to be richer, is going to be more richer, but the four are going to be poor and going to be very poor. So due to unequal distribution of wealth, unequal distribution of income is the great limitation. That means uh, GDP relates to welfare. Then, second, composition of GDP. Composition of GDP. GDP increases if production of output increases, total output increases. If output of such commodities which does not bring benefit directly to the individual or society, but these are very costly. So GDP increases, but benefit does not reach to each individual. Suppose increase of uh, defense commodity, that is weapons, increase the security personnel and the development of infrastructure for defense, that does not bring direct benefit to the individual. It gives indirect benefit. That is, there is no fear and the peace is maintained and all these things. This is the indirect benefit. But the GDP increases. That due to that increase of GDP, every individual consumption level or utility level, direct benefit level is not increases. GDP increases, but that benefit do not reach to each individual. That is the composition of GDP. Then non-monetary exchange. Non-monetary exchange. Non-monetary exchange means in our economy, so many economic activities are done without transaction of money. In rural area, generally in agricultural sector, labor are get their wages in kind, not in cash. Suppose there are two laborers are there. Take one laborer is helping. Suppose there are two laborers are there and both are working in their agricultural field. One is helping others in their harvest during harvesting time, and the same also helps the next in their harvesting time. So one helps to other, and some laborers are working in the agricultural field, and the owner of the farm give the food grains in terms of their labor. So there are different economic activities are there whose monetary There is no exchange of money. So these are not a part of GDP because we take the money value of all final goods and services produced in a economy during an accounting year. So it has no money value. They only exchange of goods and services. That is barter system. So this is also a limitation. Then fourth one is externalities. What do you mean by externalities? Externalities means good or bad impact in the economy, good and bad impact of any economic activity on the economy by paying anything for the good impact and by penalty for the bad impacts. Is it clear? Suppose X and Y, there is a two economic agents are there. One is X and another is Y. Suppose X is developed a beautiful flower garden to sell the flowers in the market. So his neighbor getting benefit, enjoying the nature or the scenic beauty of that flower garden. That means without paying anything, his neighbor is getting benefit. That is called positive externalities. What is the negative externalities? Is if someone establishes any industries, chemical industries and whatever, and the waste water is drained to the river. So this economic activity brings harms to the environment, water pollution, brings water pollution. So that is negative externalities. In GDP calculation, we do not consider what are the positive impacts and what are the negative impacts of different economic activity. We only measure the value, money value of that economic activity. Suppose in the flower garden, what is the value of flowers which is sold in the market? That comes in the calculation of GDP. But what are the other benefits from that flower garden reaches to the society? That is positive externalities is not counted in the calculation of GDP. Similarly, what are the negative impacts? Suppose there is so many industries and flyover is made, and due to preparation of that flyover, how many that is what type of cement factories emission gases are creating environment pollution. That does not comes into the consideration. So these are the limitations of the direct relationship of GDP and welfare. So this is all about the GDP and welfare. Thank you.